Right, are you excited for this, sir?
I am, because Vampire Survivors, we played the Contra Vampire Survivors DLC like a few months ago, whenever that came out. And I feel like Vampire Survivors has just kind of been on fire with DLC lately, which is crazy because there's this like $5 game with DLC that's also $1 to $5 that I think is still doing very well to enough because, yeah, here's people, they're still making DLC for it, so.
Like, they would not let me out there. That was weird.
Yeah, and Castlevania, I think, just goes hand in hand.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look, the original weapons, were heavily inspired by Castlevania to begin with. You got
the original weapons were literally named after Castlevania.
Yeah, you got, there's like the holy water, you got the little dagger thing, the Bible, the book, whatever the term is. But yeah, so like the foundation of the game is pretty much based on classic Castlevania. So to have official Konami Castlevania DLC is awesome. I think it just fits the bill.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've been meaning to get this and the Contra DLC. I like everything else, just haven't had time. It's one of those things, like, I think, I feel like this year with, the time of the stream, it's the beginning of November. Give it a few more weeks, there's going to be the Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and like all the e-shops and digital marketplaces, those are also having crazy sales, so I feel like it's only a matter of time before you can get like all the Vampire Survivor DLC for, $1.
Well,
even though it's already super cheap to begin with.
This was $4 full price, and because the DLC came out, it's on sale.
Yeah, okay. So it's usually like sometimes they have like 20% off, whatever, if you buy it.
So it's like, I think I got this for free. And the funniest part about the Vampire Survivors DLC is I got this game because a friend gave it to me because it was $2 for the longest time.
Oh, on Steam, yeah.
Yeah, and so every single time that a new DLC has come out, I've actually bought him the new DLC.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I knew about this, when it came out first on Game Pass, and it still is on Game Pass, and I still fire it up from time to time because it's always a good time. Mindless action, simple fun, but yet there's some depth and strategy to it.
I'm going to say until the Contra DLC came out, I actually had every achievement. Every time something new would come out, I'd get all of the achievements.
And there's
a lot. I had to stop around then because it was getting... And they were still adding stuff to the base game.
Yes, there was actually so many achievements that I couldn't even scroll through and read them all to just like try to find one to do. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm just going to play it and inevitably just unlock something. I remember when I started playing it on Game Pass, I would just complete one run, 30 minutes survive, and 25 achievements, 5-point achievements popped, and just to watch all those achievements pop at one time, because it takes 5 seconds for the little blue or green thing to pop up at the bottom of the screen to like go away. So that took like 20 minutes just for like all the achievements to like literally pop on the bottom of the screen. Did you play as Simon or something? I didn't see.
Yeah, you can play as a lot. Like Alucard's available.
Okay.
Like everyone, they went out of their way to make sure.
Yeah, so it's not just maybe the levels. It's not just the weapons. It's also characters too.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's only one level.
Oh, okay, only one level. Okay. This is the level here. Is this it?
Yeah, but it's massive.
Oh wow! Oh, you can zoom out even.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Oh, so it's like the castle almost.
Yeah, it's the castle.
Oh jeez.
No, it's the map's pretty good. I like it when they do more than one map for the DLC, but this one they added just a shit ton of characters.
Yeah, you can make up for like I would actually prefer having more characters than more levels, to be honest with you. Because I mean, the levels are just kind of almost just background. Like there's not a huge amount of interactivity with them. They're really just
like
acting kind
different things because you get
yeah,
tired of the same ones.
Exactly. It's just more like little barriers in the way, but ultimately they're the same. Like it's not like you're walking on fire pits. You got to jump over things, bridges, things like that. It's all pretty much the same from a gameplay standpoint. Just the cosmetic differences, but the different characters, however, usually have straight. Oh yeah, there you go. You got the boss.
Yeah, so that's one of the things I like is all of the bosses are Castlevania bosses.
Yeah. Yeah.
You actually have to fight the doppelganger from Symphony of the Night.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean it was the same way with the Contra DLC too, where we fought the Skull Terminator boss that like busts through the screen, you know?
Yep. That was awesome. That was really good DLC. They've not really released bad DLC. The first DLC was fine.
Which one was that?
We didn't play it. It's I think it's called like Moonglow or something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't a license. It was their own DLC.
It was their own thing, and it was
yeah,
fine. But you know.
Oh yeah, you got the axe.
Well, yeah, it's all
yeah.
fucking,
yeah.
It's all Castlevania weapons to begin with, so.
Exactly. Yeah. You're right. How do you get a change? Because there is already an axe. There's already the dagger. Like I said, there's the time.
Holy water. There's
the watch time stop thing. Yeah.
Yeah. The Bible. Yeah. There's all of that stuff.
Yeah. So you almost got to it's the same thing, but you got to redo it again. You got to make a different type of holy water. You got to make a different type of Bible.
Well, no, they didn't. They just added I think the main thing is magic is in this now. Mm-hmm. So you get ice magic that you can pick up or. Because, in Castlevania, there are a couple of people that exclusively use spells.
Yeah, for sure. And I've been waiting to get the, just the whole time thing. I'm really excited about getting the DS Castlevania compilation.
Oh, I got that on launch.
Yeah, I know, and it's only $25, so it's already a cheaper game
it's
to begin with.
It's on sale on Steam right now for a lot off.
Yeah, it's maybe this sale just ended on Xbox, but it was $20, which is already a good price. So again, I would have bought it, but again, I got so many other games I got to play and review right now. I'm just if I buy this, I'm not going to have time to play it, so I'll just wait inevitably for another sale.
The sale on Steam was all of the games for $15.
Oh yeah, I think they made a super pack.
Yeah.
Where you got the anniversary collection, where it's all the 8-bit games. Then you got the GBA games, and then now the DS games. And then they bundled them all to make this super ultimate compilation.
Yeah.
I think they did that on Xbox too. I want to say maybe.
That's something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be a killer compilation because all those DS Castlevanias are outstanding.
Yeah. I actually really like Order of Ecclesia. It's just so fucking hard.
Yeah, that's the only Castlevania that I never finished because it's just. I heard that it's hard in the beginning, but then if you can muscle through it, the back half of the game is almost completely different than the front half.
Because the first
easier
section is you're in an open world, and the back half of it you're in the castle.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't think I ever got that far.
I beat it. I managed to beat it, but
oh, okay, good.
It was not. It took a while, and there are definitely bosses in that you hit, and it's
mm-hmm.
you're not getting by this for best case scenario 3 days of actively trying.
I also think it's funny, when did Vampire Survivors now came out? What, a couple years ago? It's been a little while.
Oh yeah. And
I still feel out of the million Vampire Survivor clones, Vampire Survivors is still the better game.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many of these games now. And I've reviewed a bunch. We played even a few here on the stream. I've reviewed a bunch on my own on Switch. Clones never have the quality, the pace, the style, it just does the upgrading just doesn't match Vampire Survivors. Like this is still, the best game out of the bajillion clones.
Well, the story
that
about how they made it is really funny because they had like a game dev group that they'd all get together like once a week and like play each other's games and give comments and everything. And they knew they had something when no one was listening to the person talking about their game. They were all playing Vampire Survivors instead.
Yeah, right, and rightfully so.
They were like, "Oh, okay, we probably should just like stop working on our own stuff and help him."
And it hits such a sweet spot for being only $5. Like anybody can play it. It's just one analog stick.
That's I think one of the really.
The genius.
I've gifted this to a bunch of people.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, so it's super cheap. It's easy to play, and the upgrading situation where you get a new upgrade every 30 seconds is just that's what makes the game addicting. Like it hits the sweet spot, like I said, on so many different levels. It's just this stupid fun game that shouldn't be as fun as it is, but it is, and it's awesome.
It's a blast, yeah.
And now you got the DLC, licensed DLC, no less. Castlevania and Konami, Contra stuff.
There was the Among Us DLC too.
So like, everybody wants to get a piece of this.
And he wanted to release a game that that was fun, you would want to go back and play again and again, and was affordable. Because I believe he's Eastern European, and like Steam will release games over there for like $120 because of import tax and shit. So, it's a big deal for them to be able to get a game that's affordable that you can spend a lot of time with.
I feel like a lot of games, instead of being $4.99, are $10, $15. You're seeing a lot of that now. I feel like on Steam, on the Switch eShop. Like there's not there's going to be those lower costing games, but I feel like they're just not as popular as they were. So that's another reason for this game to stand out, right at that $4.99 price point. Plus it's on sale. Even knock a couple of bucks off that.
It's always on fucking sale.
Yeah, exactly. So you're not really. It's a $5 game, but you're not even going to pay $5.
No.
You almost kind of feel bad because you should be probably paying more for a game.
I have bought the DLC and the core game for so many people randomly.
you probably put in the cost of a full retail game.
At least, yeah. Oh, it's funny because I bought a copy of it for my nephew, and I saw his best friend was also online on Steam, and I just bought him one too.
And there you go.
And I think it was like $8, and they're both like, "Why the hell are we getting a free game?" And I'm like, "Because it's really good." And like for a month afterwards, that's all I saw them playing.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really cheap.
Yeah.
You can't say no to that kind of stuff. Oh, you can go through the forest?
Certain paths, yeah.
I thought there was just going to be a barrier.
No. I mean, there is if I try to walk in here.
Mm-hmm.
But there was like a path leading in.
A hidden, gotcha. Yeah, gotcha.
It's just much better once they actually have leveled up weapons as opposed to before.
Yeah, that's where the strategy comes into play, because you really got to pick and choose the good things and hope you get the good things first, because that's ultimately going to, I feel like, depends on your survival.
Well, it's funny because the worst things that you can pick up are actually the best. So like the clock lancet that you get, that all it does is shoot out a beam that freezes people.
Yeah.
But if you actually go completely out of your way to level it up, it turns into like this devastating weapon.
I like to go with the garlic and the Bible or the book, whatever they call it, combination, because then like nothing can, nothing can kind of get to you. Like you got to go through two barriers, and then if you got the whip or something too, that's just going to make things more difficult. So I feel like those are like the two. If I always see those, I always try to level those up, get those if it's an option.
Yeah. Normally I'll try to go for the clock lancet and the laurel, because if you get the bonus like make things harder stuff in every level,
Oh,
it
yeah.
actually turns them into like the best weapons in the game.
Yeah, that's another interesting mechanic because, yeah, once you get everything leveled up, the game says, like, 1, do you want to just get a free turkey and heal yourself? 2, do you want to just get some extra cash? Or C, do you want to make things, like, harder for you right now? Like, more guys, faster.
Yeah.
It's an interesting consideration.
And later on, you actually unlock the ability to make it so you just, like, add stats to the weapons themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, so you get the slow trickle of the permanent upgrades to it on the main menu there.
Yeah, Victory Sword is fucking amazing, especially when you level it up.
I wonder if when let's give Vampire Survivors, I don't know, another year, and will they release like the Legendary Edition where you get the game and all the DLC for $10 or something like that? Like I could see, I could see them doing that after a while.
They already have bundles like that.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah. I don't. At some point, they are going to have to just say, like, yeah, we're done developing it.
Right.
I don't know when that's going to be, though, because they just really actually seem to really enjoy it.
This DLC just came out like a week ago or something, or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. So it's like they're still making good quality DLC, supporting it wholeheartedly.
Yeah, they deserve every penny that I've given them.
Yeah.
And I have spent way too much money on this game.
How many revives you got?
A bunch. I got the tarot card that gave me revives because I'm not super familiar with this map yet, and I don't know. I don't know if this is which Belmont this is. Yeah, I ended up getting leveled up all the way to Victory Sword, so I'm gonna be okay for now. Because it just kills anything that comes near you.
Yeah. You got one more chest right there too. Yeah.
It's funny how in this game you within like 5 seconds go from struggling to destroying everything.
Yeah, that's exact. And I feel like it's right around like the 10, maybe the 15-minute mark is when you kind of see like you're either going to die or you're probably going to make it.
I had to sit there and try and think what involves what.
Yeah, that's tied to more achievements too, is level up each of the weapons full blast.
A lot of the character unlocks after the core game are based on leveling up that person's weapon.
Mainly, yeah. I remember when the very first time I played Vampire Survivors, I was like, okay, I'll click on this. I kind of heard about this game. Again, this was on Game Pass. And you play as the first character, and the first weapon you get is the whip. And at first I was like, wait, this is not a twin stick shooter. This is like a single stick shooter. And I was like, at first I was like, I don't like this. I want to control the whip where I want to control. Like I want it to go left now. I want it to go right. Yeah, but then my point of this story is like, I was like, oh, you don't have to. The game does it for you, and it's good like 90% of the time. Maybe there's like that one time where you want it to go the other way. But
normally, I think with the whip, it fires in front of you as it's
it kind of does like, right. So I was like, at first I was hesitant. I was like, I don't like this. Like, why can't I control it? I thought there was a detriment to the game. And then after I played it, after I died, 2 or 3 times,
because you have more important things to be paying attention to.
Yeah, and I was like, I was like, okay, I understand what this is now. It just took me 2 playthroughs to like understand oh, I get it now fully. It just took me a while. So it's like, yeah, okay, now I have faith
Are you
in the
fucking
game.
serious? All right,
Yeah,
sir. So what do you think about?
Vampire Survivors is a good. We spent the whole stream basically gloating about it. So yeah,
Yeah.
good stuff. The Contra DLC, we got that on my. Oh yeah, we're from MyGamer.com. I don't think we said that, by the way. But yeah, we streamed the Contra DLC, months ago. If you wanted to go check that out, and this is the Castlevania DLC. So yeah, good stuff. Cheap game. Quality game, and it only costs a few bucks. Check us out at mygamer.com. Go there, put us in your favorites. We are covering the games that really nobody else is covering: news, reviews, previews, all that kind of good stuff. And you can follow me on Twitter at ZachGaz, ZACKGAZ. And until next time, thank you for watching and game on.